definitely. They got loud down the stretch. Something I've dreamed about since I was a kid, playing in front of a college crowd, so it was amazing.
Isaiah, I don't know exactly how many of the final points you scored, but 24 in the second half. What was kind of going through your head as shots started falling, especially on that pull-up three in transition?
I just kept wanting to be aggressive. My teammates, my coaches, they kept telling me to be aggressive, even though I struggled in the first half. So, I just kept that mentality.
First Sebastian, just what was it like for you watching Isaiah put on the show tonight?
Oh, it's amazing. I've got the chance to watch him since we've been here in June, and he's been getting better every day. He's a great player, but he's an even better person, and I really enjoy playing with him and being around him.
Sebastian, 74-70 at that timeout. What kind of was the switch mentality coming back out, and what kind of did you guys finish this game off compared to last year where you kind of were in some similar situations?
Can't lose. Definitely stops that we had to. They made some tough shots, granted to them, but we just had to lock in better on defense, limit them to one possession, and continue being aggressive. And when they fouled us, make our free throws.
Sebby, along those lines, what was maybe struggling for you guys defensively tonight? Montana State, shot the ball well and drew a lot of fouls against you guys.
Definitely they're good players. I feel like we have to do a better job of following our scouting reports, and but I think granted them that they made some really hard shots in big moments that kept the game close.
This could be for both of you. McMahon with 24 points. You limited him well in the first half, but he kind of got away from you there in the second half. What were you seeing from him, and what changed after halftime?
He made some tough shots. He's a good player. He kept being aggressive. We let him get to the areas where he wanted to get to, and he made some tough shots.
For Isaiah, Dwayne Wade was here tonight. What did that kind of mean? Just kind of have his support and energy in the crowd?
It means the world to me. He's been my godfather since I was a little kid. So just having him here for my first college game means a lot.
Isaiah, when you got things going, what were some of your teammates saying, some of your coaches saying, just when things were getting going for you?
Just be me. That's what they were telling me all game. Be me. I was a little hesitant in the first half, like I said before, but just continuing to be me.
Sebastian, I was just kind of curious, how's the ankle kind of feeling after having a full game on?
It's coming along. I've only got to practice 4 days, so still progressing. It's not completely there, but I'm doing everything I can to get it to 100% as soon as possible.
Isaiah, you hit a bunch of big shots there down the stretch, but there was one, I think it was off an offensive rebound, a kick out for a three, you kind of pumped, shuffles right in front of Dwayne Wade, and I think your father was sitting there as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember that shot? It was right in front of them. Are they saying anything to you during that time? Take us through that play.
I definitely remember the shot. It got real loud after, so I'm not really sure if they said anything, but I know they were cheering for me.
Sebby, I know you're trying to emerge as a leader, as a returner, but compared to last year's team, how do you feel that the returning guys helped do that, including yourself?
Just positive energy. We have some great freshmen like Isaiah, and just that positive mindset in the timeouts, just to keep going, just keep guarding, and just staying positive. And as a team, I think we did a good job of staying together.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Everybody, you guys, Colorado head coach Tad Boyle, with an opening statement, we'll open up for questions.
Yeah, look, hard-fought win. Thank God I didn't know how good Montana State was before the game, or I would have, I wouldn't have slept at all last night. And it's one of those. They're a good team, and it's a great lesson for our guys, especially our young guys, and even some of our older ones, that there's good players throughout college basketball. There really are, in different programs, different leagues. As we have gone through the transformation over the last couple of years with, everybody talks about the portal and NIL, it works both ways. The portal works both ways. Like Montana State's able to get guys like, their two bigs, and boy, number 4 is a nice player. Holden, he was terrific. So there's good players everywhere. And so our guys need to understand that. You can't judge a book by its cover. And they had 7 new guys, so I didn't know really what we were up against, other than they can shoot the ball, and they proved that. But I told our guys yesterday, if we hit 2 numbers, Montana State cannot come in here and beat us. And one of them is our 40% field goal percentage defense, and the other one was holding them to 6 or fewer threes. And we didn't do either one of those. And they shot 52%. We shot 52%. Difference in the game was Elijah Malone's 8 rebounds, in my opinion. And we had some guys step up, make big-time plays. You know, we didn't make free throws like we normally do, first half or early second half, but down the stretch we did. So hard-fought win and one we can learn from.
I got kind of 2 similar questions, but you talked about not falling, or talking about how in the season opener you fall to the level of preparation. How do you feel that you guys kind of?
Well, again, you know, we've got a lot of talented guys on this team. You know, you go down the list. Every one of our freshmen are talented. Our returners have all had, you know, really good off seasons. Obviously, BD is still a little rusty. He didn't, you know, he was hurt and recovering from a knee injury, so you know he didn't have the off season that he wanted to have or we wanted him to have. But still, he's a third-year player and experienced. So we've got a lot of talented guys on the offensive end. They don't understand how important that other end is. And look, some of those shots were tough, but their point guard got 2 offensive rebounds, you know, in the second half. That can't happen. Like that can't. And we talked about they send 5 to the glass, so our point guards had to box out. We didn't do one. He got one on Barrington. He got one on Isaiah. Like those are the little things that, like, okay, you get that stop, and both times you got an offensive rebound, he got fouled, made free throws, or they got a bucket on the other one. So, you know, that's 4 points we just gave them. We got our stop. We got to finish it. And that's just 2 examples, but we got to understand how important every single possession is. And if they make tough shots, number one, holy cow, he made some tough shots. McMahon, he's a good player. I mean, he plays at his own pace, and their bigs are good. So we got to identify more as, hey, and take more pride in getting stops. And right now, we don't do that. We don't do it in practice, and we certainly didn't do it tonight in the game. So I sound like a broken record, I know, and I know I do to our guys, but that's the bottom line.
I guess for that second question, I was going to ask about how you know, when we asked about the successful offense in the preseason, you talked about how maybe that's the reflection of your defense. How do you feel that? I mean, I know you already talked about it, but how do you feel that reflected tonight?
Well, I think, you know, one of the things we would like to do is we'd like to create some offense with our defense. You know, we really wanted to pressure Montana State. We wanted them to feel our presence defensively, and you know, we tried to pick up man-to-man. We tried some three-quarter court trapping, you know, after made baskets, after free throws. So we wanted to extend our defense and make them work offensively and hopefully wear them down, because if you wear down good offensive players, you know, maybe late those threes don't go in because fatigue becomes a problem. Now, there's so many darn stoppages in college basketball. It's hard to do that, harder now than it used to be, but we're still going to try, and we got to do it with our pace. And I shortened that rotation down the stretch, and I'd like to play more guys more minutes, but we had to win that game.
Ted, we've talked about Isaiah during the preseason,
Yep.
and him being someone that's kind of played with more poise than your typical freshman.
Yeah.
For him to come out and do what he did in the second half, you know, how big of a boost is it for this team?
Look, our players know how good Isaiah is. They see him at practice every day. Our coaches do. You know, what's great now is our fans are going to get a chance to see it. And I think you saw it tonight. He wasn't himself in the first half, I didn't think. You know, and I don't know if it was nerves or what, but but Isaiah's one of those guys when the game's on the line, you feel really comfortable with the ball in his hands. And I think when he and Barrington play together, you know, like Barrington made a heck of a play off a ball screen, and he threw it back to Isaiah at the top of the key, and Isaiah, you know, attacked a closeout, got to the foul line, he made his free throws. But I think Barrington and Isaiah together, as this season unfolds, are going to be really, really a dynamic duo, if you will. I thought Barrington's floor game was really good, but yeah, he's a special kid, especially for a freshman. He doesn't play like a freshman, especially, again, I don't want to make comparisons, but McKinley Wright did that a lot for us as a freshman. And so Isaiah was phenomenal in the second half down the stretch.
Coach, I asked Isaiah and Sebastian about this. I want to get your point of view as well. Talk talking about McMahon. Your team limited him very well in the first half. Then he comes back out in the second half. You mentioned he made some great shots. What did you see that was different in him from in the second half?
I just think he played more relaxed. He didn't, he wasn't, I thought in the first half he was a little tentative. I think both our smaller guards, Barrington and Isaiah, they've got the best assist-to-turnover ratios on the team. I mean, Barrington's is elite, and Isaiah's is very good for a freshman. But I thought in the first half he was a little tentative and unsure, and just didn't have the flow going for whatever reason. But look, he's a freshman. It was his first game. Like, there's going to be times like that. There's going to be stretches like that, and so. But in the second half, he stepped up. I mean, that three he hit in transition, didn't even hesitate, just banged it. And he got fouled on a three-point shot, made all 3 free throws. Like, he did what he had to do to help his team win the game. And so, yeah, he's going to be a special player.
Ted, you mentioned that Montana State hit some tough shots, and they
Yeah.
did, but they wound up shooting 52%.
Yes.
What did you not like? Maybe with your defense?
Well, I didn't like our scouting report. McMahon's a heck of a player. First couple plays of the game, he's not supposed to be able to drive right. We got to force him left, and he drives right, and he scores 2 buckets. So that's number one, is scouting report. I mentioned the box outs with our point guards, because Montana State, very few teams send 5 guys to the glass. So I thought we should have got a little bit more in transition than we did tonight. I think, just understanding the details of and how important every single possession is.
Coach, one of the sequences I want to talk to you about was 74-70. You go to that timeout break. It seemed like this team's mentality kind of switched coming back out compared to last year, where you guys were in those tight games and kind of weren't able to pull them out. What do you think was different down the stretch this time?
Guard play. Guard play. Isaiah Johnson, Barrington Hargress, they weren't on our team last year. They are this year. It's going to help us, So, and I thought Elijah Malone. I mean, don't forget about Elijah. He was the difference in the game. And I know, look, guys made some free throws, made some tough shots down the stretch, but Elijah is why we won that. He has 8 offensive rebounds and got us 7 more possessions than Montana State, and those extra 7 possessions were the difference in the game. So you're going to have to figure out how to win games differently. Your defense may not be good enough one night, or you're playing against a team that's offensively very good. Montana State's running their offense pretty high level, and they've got good players. So it's going to be harder, but that doesn't mean you don't meet the challenge and you don't take the challenge on, and I just want to see a collective pride for 40 minutes that we don't have on that side of the ball yet. We got it on offense. But our turnovers were good tonight. Assisted turnover ratio was good. So we did what we had to do to win the game. But we won this game with our offense tonight, which is fine, and our offensive rebounding. So, but I thought Elijah was the difference.
Not including Isaiah, I think 4 other true freshmen played tonight. Just
Yeah.
to assess that group tonight.
Yeah. Look, Ian didn't get minutes in the second half. He's going to be a hell of a player. Jalen Holland, really good defender, not afraid or scared of anything or anybody. He's going to be a terrific player. Josiah Sanders, tough, strong, good finisher. I want to play more guys, regular minutes. Like I said, I really shrunk the rotation in the second half there. Taco came in, got 2 rebounds for us. Because inside they were hurting us in that first half. So, Elijah was in a little bit of foul trouble. So we knew at halftime, we talked about getting Taco a couple of minutes. He did a good job. So Josiah, Ian, Jalen, Taco, this freshman class is going to be special. It's going to be special. We got to hold them together. We have to hold, and we got 2 kids that are probably going to redshirt. One freshman and one sophomore. So we'll talk more about that as the week unfolds. But this is going to be a fun team to watch grow and develop. And I told them I'd rather grow and develop after a win than after a loss. And so we needed to win that game tonight. Thank goodness we did.
I kind of want to run through with you as well was, first game of the season, big student section today.
Yeah.
they at one point, counting down a fake shot clock and
Yep.
forcing Steph to take a poor shot. But what are you sort of thinking in that moment? What does that say about the fans here?
Look, we need our students, and we need them every single game. Tonight was a home opener. I hope the ones that came had a good enough time where they want to come back, next Saturday at 2 o'clock for Eastern Washington, and the next Friday for Providence. So we need our students. College basketball, our students are participants in this game. They're not spectators. And I want everybody who comes to the event center and buys a ticket and comes in to watch this team play, I want them to feel like they're a participant in the game, not a spectator. And because this place, we've been here 15 years, going on 16. When this place is rocking, it's as tough a place to play as anywhere in the country. But it's our student section that is the heartbeat of the arena. Our band is the heartbeat of the arena. And the rest of our fans will feed off of them. So thanks to those that came out, and we need to get that thing filled, as this season progresses. And next Saturday will be a great time to fill it.
Just one more before we
Coach, one of those spectators, Isaiah Johnson's godfather, Dwayne Wade, was in attendance.
Yep.
What did you think about that?
Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, Dwayne Wade was a hell of a basketball player. We all know that. Got a chance to meet him. I'd never met him before. Obviously, Isaiah's dad is very well connected in the NBA, and so Isaiah's been around those guys, pretty much his whole life. So, yeah, pretty cool. And I'm a big Dwayne Wade fan, and always have been. And so it was. I think our players enjoyed meeting him, and I don't know if he'll be every game, but I know he loves Isaiah, and so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.